This is
Aaron Loutman.
and I'm Alicia. And this is kind of a little advanced addition to some of the core that we've been doing. So
We're going to isolate more on the obliques. These things are a little tougher because most obliques are not as strong as the front of your ab. They're just a little less trained. But we're going to go over them anyway because they're awesome for you. And you get that really cute little dimple, and even that, like, you know, kind of sexy, right? Okay. So we're going to start with, these are not the real names. I'm going to preempt that with that. These are names that have been kind of tailored to the exercise throughout the course of my career, and we're just going to call them that. They're fun. The first one is a floppy fish. They got the name because when you're doing it, you will feel and maybe look exactly like a fish in a boat,
out of water,
flopping around until somebody saves its life and throws it back.
Yes.
Because this is a catch and release kind of room. So, we don't need a timer for this. 10 reps. There's two keys to this. The first key is going to be this brace hand is going to push as much as you need. You can push with the elbow or you can push with the hand. So this is all the way out to the side, and if you're not feeling your lat or armpit on the ground, you're not low enough. Second, and even more important, is you should never feel your hip bone. So get on the side and then rotate the hip until you feel the bone leave the ground. Once the bone's off the ground, you're in a position, and that means a good position. So you can go hand at the ear or hand straight out. Alicia's gonna demonstrate the bent knee, so a little bit modified. I'm gonna go straight leg, because I'm unmodified. Hand at ear, leg out.
Okay.
All you're doing is pushing tall and trying to bring your elbow to your thigh. Cool? And 10. Let's go. Get the full range. Don't just raise the leg and lower the leg. Lat, armpit touch the floor every time. Don't worry about how high you get.
6,
Just worry about flexing the ribs.
7,
I'm bringing my right side up.
8,
I'm flexing my right ribs.
9, 10.
Ouch. There's no amount of time you're gonna do these where they're not tough. You'll get to a point where you use less brace, maybe even no hand at all, but for now, just worry about really engaging that rib and not focusing too much on balance.
Okay.
So other side, you're gonna get my butt cheek. Hand in the ground, lat on the floor, roll off of that bone, and go. And again, just push yourself tall. It's not an in movement. It's an up movement. Knees go to the sky. Feet go to the sky. Shoulder goes to the sky. 3 more.
8,
2 more.
9,
1 more. 10. Great job, those are awesome. They're really, really good for your ribs, serratus, external oblique, which is really, really helpful in supporting the lower back because it all wraps around to the back of the hip and supports trunk twist and, of course, bending over and standing up straight.
Yes.
Figure 4 crunch or cross knee crunch.
cross knee.
Foot's gonna go on the knee like you did that stretch. Hands go to the ear. You're on your back. Alicia's gonna demonstrate the modified again, the bent knee. So there's the most important part of this is not the upper body. The most important part is the hip lift. Hip lift. If I only did this, it is more useful than if I try and crunch myself in. So Alicia's gonna do this nice little 90-degree angle hip lift, and when the hip leaves the ground, then she crunches. You're thinking about bringing your knee into your armpit. 10 each side. I'm gonna kick straight out. Kicking out. Ab gets longer, harder on the core to keep everything flat. 10 each side, go. So just think about bringing your knee into your armpit, hip leaves the ground.
4, 5.
Keep the lower back flat as you extend. If you start getting tired, you just bend the knee a little more.
9, 10.
Nice. And switchy sides. You're gonna find that one hip is so much tighter. Mine's the right. It's gonna feel like your knee is gonna hit you in the face. Stop. Don't give yourself a bloody nose, black eye, or a tooth. So, hands at the ears, flatten the back, go. Lift that hip. Second side is always gonna burn more because you can't isolate one side of your abdominal. It always is gonna work in tandem.
Woo!
Nice job. Those are pretty stinking brutal. Those should burn a lot. The extra weight from your foot up on the leg is what makes it harder for your abs to lift the hip off the ground. So if you're like, why are this little range of motion is
Killer.
exhausting,
Yeah.
that's why. Okay, heel touches. These are a little bit more of a simple movement, but you need to do them right. So a lot of times people are just gonna swivel and touch their heels. I want also the legs to move with your upper body. So we're gonna be in that hollow position, knees at 90. Hands can be here, here. So you're not just reaching for the heels, you're also swiveling the hips to go with it. I'm gonna time this. Keep your back as flat as you can, keep your core as strong as you can, and really try and focus on bringing your hip and your rib together so that external oblique, serratus, intercostal in the ribs really contracts. 20 seconds, and 2, feet up, back flat, let's go. So just reach, and again, it's not, it's fun, but it's not as useful. Feet stay 90, keep back flat, keep chin tall, keep chest tall. It should be burning. It should be burning the rectus and it should be burning the sides. Last one, good work. So we're gonna build on that oblique, that oblique external crunch. You can do spiders in 2 ways because it kind of looks like Spider-Man climbing a wall. You can do them on your elbows. You can do an elbow spider. And what it is you're just going to look in the direction. Looking in the direction surprisingly puts your hip in the right angle to pull that knee into your tricep. So we're here. Look. Try and get your knee into your tricep. This is your elbow plank spider. We're also going to do a straight arm plank spider. So you do whichever feels more comfortable. I'll go from the side.
Okay.
Alicia will show you front view. I'll do straight arm.
And I'll do elbow.
She will do elbow plank. We're gonna time these as well. This is 20 seconds or 8 each side. Doesn't really matter. We'll see we'll see if my timing's good. We'll see if you get 8 and 8 in 20 seconds. So we're gonna look in the direction. You can be on fists or hands, right into the shoulders of course, and go. So look, and your goal is to touch your knee into your elbow or your tricep. If you need to drift forwards a little into your fingers to get it there, you can as well. Is that 5 and 5?
6.
6. 6. Let's do 2 more. 7.
8. 8.
Nice. So it was more like 27 seconds.
Yeah.
Sue me. Okay, we gotta do it all again.
One
So,
more time.
one more time, starting with those floppy fish.
Okay.
10 each side. So you can get on the same butt cheek, or you can start on the other side and see if it makes a difference in strength. Lat on the floor, kind of armpit on the floor, bone off of the mat. So you're resting your butt cheek, 10 reps, go. Drive up. My right side is flexing. My ribs, that little dimple, pulling it in. Yeah. Control it.
8.
1 more.
10.
Boom. Swing it around to the other side. You get to look at my butt.
I'm just gonna face frontwards.
She's gonna face frontwards. All right. 10 on the other side. Go. Breathe out on the way up. 3 more.
7. 8. I guess 4 more. 9. 10.
And that's why I don't count. Okay.
I put something on the air vent and it's blowing currently, so that doesn't really work
Blowing
so well.
straight up. It looks good, feels good. All right, figure 4 crunch. So, on your back.
Crossing.
Cross knee crunch, figure 4 crunch. I'm gonna start on my right side this time, and you'll see if you want, and you'll feel if there's any difference in how tired your abs get based on the side you start with. I'm gonna kick straight out. Alicia's gonna keep 90 degrees. Remember, knee into armpit, lift the hip, more important. Go. Breathe out as that hip leaves the ground. It's a little crunch.
This is not ideal going sideways on this mat right here, but it's working.
Feels good on the bottom of the hip as it hits the wood.
When you're in tight spaces, you make things work.
Yes, you do. And switch. Nice. Here we go, other side.
Face this way.
And we're on. Little hip lift. As the hip lifts up, pull the belly button down. Right about now should be fire.
Whew, I am fired.
Fire. Two more.
Hoorah!
Probably did one extra because you left the counting up to me. That's a bad move. It's just a bad move overall. Okay, heel touches. 20 seconds, keep the back flat. Remember, rotate through your hip and your rib cage. Try and touch your hips and ribs together. Back flat, feet at 90. Go. We're just reaching for that heel.
I was gonna go the opposite direction. Then I got thrown off.
I'm gonna throw her off her.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
I don't know how many
10 seconds. Keep that crunch. Rotate through the ribs. 4, 3, 2. Nice job.
Woo.
And then last 27 seconds. Spiders, go 8 and 8, or just go to time with me. Elbow plank or straight arm plank. Knuckles or palms. Ready, set. Go, look in the direction. Keep the hips down. Crunch those ribs. Hands right under those shoulders. Try and get that knee into the tricep, into the elbow.
6. 2 more.
Let's go. One more each. 8.
Woo!
We're done with obliques. That's a little bit of a more advanced circuit.
Yeah.
But great job. Again, if you feel like you can do a little bit more, roll through it one more time. If you want to add some time or add some reps or decrease for the last, you just play around with it and have fun.
Yes.
Thanks. Let's get stronger. Thanks for joining.
Yeah.